Good morning, everybody. We are back with a new interview. And today we're here with a special guest, Izzy. She's an Erasmus student from Germany. And she's 22 years old and from Hamburg, if you know the big city in the north. And yeah, how are you?
I'm really good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, we're here to talk a little bit about your traveling. You had a lot of experience in your life. Tell me about your favorite country where you've been.
Oh my God, I don't know, there's so many countries I've been to, but I think, so when I was 19, I traveled like backpacking through Latin America. And I did that with a really good friend of mine. And we started in Colombia and then we went all the way up to Mexico. And I really loved all the cities there. That was really like a completely different experience for me. And I think the country that I really loved was Nicaragua, because it was so diverse. It was so different, and it was like, I don't know, I was a bit scared to be there at first, because I heard so many different things. I don't know, the word Nicaragua sounded so dangerous to me somehow. But then I've been there, and I really loved staying there and like meeting the people. And they're also like warm and welcoming, and there's so much you can do in terms of backpacking stuff, and that's what I really love. I think that's the country that's stuck in my head the most time, yeah.
Did you like their culture a lot?
Yeah, I really loved it. I think every country there has like a bit of a different culture. It's all Latin American. But there are different nuances. It's like when you're in Germany and then you go to Austria or to Switzerland, we all speak the same language, but it's so different. And I really loved like always having that warm, welcoming heart of them, always presented, and like always like being there, and all the people, even if they don't have money, they are like so welcoming and so forthcoming and would the best, or like would love to do the best for you as well. And that's what I really loved. I don't even know if there's one culture in one country that I loved the most. I think in general, the whole atmosphere, the whole being greeted with open arms, that's what I loved.
Did you experience like new traditions from different countries? And do you have a favorite tradition you experienced?
I think there are many traditions. I really love like having everything outside because it's always warm there. They're always doing everything outside and always like dancing outside, eating outside, inviting everyone to be with you. And even if you are like completely random or strangers, they're really warm and welcoming. And then I like to see them share even if they don't have that much. So that's the tradition that I really love, like to be with anyone present in one place and like sharing food, for example, together, and like as well dancing together on the streets. I don't know, there were so many times when people just started to dance randomly, and I really love that. It brings me so much joy to see other people dancing and being happy.
That sounds a lot of fun. Dancing can be really fun. Is that kind of one of your favorite memory, or do you have another favorite memory from traveling?
I think one of my favorite memories is when the friend of mine and we wanted to go from Colombia to Panama, but we didn't catch the plane. I don't know what happened, but we miscalculated the time, and then we ended up not getting the plane. And then I looked at Couchsurfer. Do you know the platform Couchsurfers, where you can just ask someone if they can stay on their couch to sleep there and don't pay them for everything, or like in general be at their place. And then we have been to Cartagena in Colombia, and there was one guy, and he invited us over to his flat to stay at his place. And before we even stayed at his place, we went out and got something to eat. And then when we went to his place, before we wanted to go out again to just go clubbing, him and I were sitting on the front porch just chatting about random stuff somewhere in the middle of Colombia. And that was really lovely, just to be not just to be a tourist, but to be in someone's home who's actually living there, and to see all the people outside of the houses and just kids playing around, people sitting on their front porch and just chatting, and we were both drinking a beer and just talking about life. That was like a really warm, welcoming experience that I had there.
Mm-hmm. Chatting with that guy before you came to Southern America, Latin America, did you know Spanish, or did you have more like a language barrier, or was it easy for you to talk to them?
So I learned Spanish in school. I had it for 5 or 6 years in school, but I was never really good at it because I thought I don't really need that language at all. So I was always at a 3-, I don't know, like almost passing all the time, and like, I don't know, it wasn't my language. And then I never thought about going to Latin America, but then somehow once I traveled and once I got to know the culture more and the people, and that if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter. I kind of got used to the language, and then we spoke in Spanish the whole time when I was with him on the porch. And yeah, sometimes I lost some words, or he would help me in English as well. But yeah, other than that, it works out pretty good.
Wow, that's
for
impressive.
normal conversations.
That's impressive. You talked about a lot of positive things on your traveling, on your backpacking. Have you had like scary experiences too?
Yes, some of them. I think it's really normal if you're going to travel somewhere, or like in general going out. There can always be a dangerous situation. There was not a situation where I was like feeling unwell or not safe somewhere. We had like some situations when stuff got stolen from us. Mm-hmm. Like for example, a water bottle, or there was one experience where we thought a guy was really nice and we trusted him with all our stuff while we were surfing. And then once I got out of the water, we saw that the portemonnaie, all of our money was gone, and he took it. And then we had another situation where we were just sitting in the bus, and then someone took all the money from the bag of my friend. But other than that, like, I don't know, wasn't anything where I was feeling scared or endangered in general. I felt really, really safe. I think that's the biggest misconception you have once you go somewhere new. People always think that it can be scary because it's new, and it sometimes is, but the people are so nice and so welcoming. And once you really open up to them, or like go into it like full-heartedly, you get used to it, and I don't think so. I don't think they're really dangerous at all, or there can be dangerous situations, but we were lucky.
That sounds great. Now you've been to Latin America. Are there more places you want to visit? Like, what's on your bucket list for the next years?
For a long time, I thought I really would love to go to Iceland. But now, once I thought about it, I think Iceland is way too expensive for me right now. And I would love to go to Sri Lanka because it's so different. It has such a different culture because it's so close to India. It has like the Indian culture as well, but it's a whole own country. And it looks really nice. You can surf there. They have really nice food, and the people are supposed to be really welcoming. And that's why I would love to go to Sri Lanka, and then maybe like hop on a plane to go to India as well, because India is like so diverse, and it's such a big country, and in the north it's so different from the south. That's why I would love to go like in the direction of Sri Lanka, India maybe.
Now to wrap it up, do you have any travel tips or a motto you follow when you're traveling, or any tips for the viewers outside?
I think in general, just go there, enjoy traveling. I think if I would have listened to all the negative voices when I said, yeah, I'm going to Latin America. My parents, for example, were so afraid of me because they always like looked in the news and just saw the bad stuff or the bad sides, because normally you only get the bad sides on the news. Yeah, and it was completely different. I felt safe, I felt loved, I felt welcome. So I think my tip is go there and don't listen to all the preconception there is for a country or like in general for maybe like a whole continent. I think it's not as scary, and you just have to be open to greet the people and to be, they can consume you in a good way, like they would welcome you. And if you just follow them and be open-hearted and just go with the flow, it's gonna be really nice.
So your motto is like, be open.
Be open, go
welcome.
with the flow, and just try new stuff.
That's really lovely. Thank you. Yeah, that was it for our interview today. I'm really thank you for sharing your experience with us. And yeah, I'll see you next time when it's time for the next interview. Have a nice day.